What's up, people? Welcome back to Invest with T-Claus. My name is Tevi, and this channel is dedicated to my investment journey, along with coverage on crypto, Tesla, Neo, Virgin Galactic, and ChargePoint. Come for the information and stay for the perspective. So it seems that everywhere you look these days, a new bank is going under or desperately looking to raise funds to avoid going under. The SVB saga debacle has more ripple that have yet to be felt. Some estimate that another 186 US banks could still be impacted. And even banking giant Credit Suisse is now feeling the liquidity crunch and is in crisis mode. Meanwhile, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, and the rest of the crypto market has seen a nice rebound in the face of these challenges. We are now starting to see the equity and crypto markets decouple again, which is welcomed. That said, with all the fear, uncertainty, and doubt out there on a macro level, and the negative news impacting Virgin Orbit, which is Virgin Galactic's sister company, Virgin Galactic took a 16.47% loss this week. A few of you reached out wondering how low can Virgin Galactic be expected to slide. I'll try to provide some insight into that question. And so for today's video, I'll briefly go over the Virgin Orbit situation and the actual impact it could have on Virgin Galactic. Then I'll take a quick look at the technicals to get a sense of where we're heading next. And I'll close with where I stand on buying, selling, or holding. As always, this isn't to be taken as financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is my personal approach to investing and the thought process behind it. I'd recommend watching all the way through so that you don't miss out on any pertinent information I'll be sharing. Drop this video an early like if you haven't already and hit that subscribe button. Those are two easy ways to show your support to the channel and help it grow if you appreciate the content. All right, let's get into it. So to start, there is no actual direct negative news pertaining to Virgin Galactic specifically, okay? So they are still projected to start commercial launch next quarter, and we are still on track. So let's just get that out of the way. The main issue at the micro level for Virgin Galactic is that this past Thursday on March 16th, Virgin Orbit announced that it would suspend operation for a week while it seeks additional funding. During this time, only a small core team will continue to operate while the majority of the staff is taking unpaid leave, which when you think about it, is completely unfortunate for the staff and speaks to the challenges the prolonged bear market has had on unprofitable companies. Now, even though Virgin Orbit is still completely separate from Virgin Galactic, it is still under the same founder, right? And that brings up two main concerns for investors. In the past, Sir Richard Branson has injected his own money to keep Virgin Orbit from going under. This was done by selling stocks in his other ventures. The fact of the matter is, there is no telling if Branson would risk selling any shares of Virgin Galactic at such a critical time, but it certainly is a concern on investors' mind. The other variable that may concern people is Virgin Galactic's cash position, right? If Virgin Orbit is potentially going under, does that mean that we need to worry about Virgin Galactic as well? The answer is absolutely not. Virgin Galactic is sitting on nearly $1 billion in cash and can operate roughly for the next 2 years on its reserves. So let's just put that one to rest. Plus, once commercial flight starts, they will be generating revenue between $1.5 million to $2.7 million per flight, based on a mix of astronauts versus research payload. Now, that may be fine and great, but it doesn't change the fact that over the last week, Virgin Galactic is down 16.47%, and this past month, it has lost 34.69%. That is enough for the average person to start giving in to FUD. Again, that's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Between the macro news around banks, the fact that the European Central Bank raised 50 basis points this week, and the inflation data coming in mixed, all this has been a real damper on the market, broadly speaking, and even more so on Virgin Galactic. Why? Because in periods of high uncertainty, money flows to safe haven stocks, away from the riskier ones like Virgin Galactic. Now, I believe that long-term Virgin Galactic will succeed, but we do have to pay attention to the near term as well. This is where technicals can help assess what comes next. The stock has broken below the 50-day moving average and has been selling off ever since. RSI is currently sitting at 34.07, and there is no catalyst, unfortunately, unique to Virgin Galactic to help lift the stock at this point in time, meaning that we'll have to rely on the broader market to move higher in order to lift this stock in the near term. The first opportunity for some good news at the macro level is on Wednesday, March 22nd. This is when we'll find out if Jay Powell will raise the Fed funds rate by 50 basis point or 25 basis point. The fact that the stock has yet to enter the oversold zone, again, that's when RSI drops below 30, this would suggest that we are very likely to slide down to $4 or slightly under before bouncing, stabilizing, and attempting a reversal. Now, there is a third scenario to be aware of. Given the macro backdrop, the Fed may very well choose to temporarily pause and not raise at all next week. Should this happen, we would see a strong rebound market-wide and even stronger in Virgin Galactic specifically. And so, with that in mind, my game plan for next week is to keep an eye out for that oversold reading. I will only add if we get that signal and I can scoop up more shares for $4 or under $4. It's hard to tell how the market will open on Monday, but many will certainly take some risk off the table as we get closer to the rate hike decision on Wednesday, March 22nd again. The last thing I will say is this. Buying on these dips, in my opinion, continues to be the key to obtain the best value and most effectively DCA, that's dollar cost averaging. We are starting to feel the effects of all of these rate hikes and the pressure they are putting on banks and businesses. Things are starting to break, and that means that we are getting closer and closer to the end of this tightening cycle. Accumulation is key, and therefore I am a buyer. However, I'm being patient and more strategic about when to buy. Next week will likely provide some great opportunities. But on that note, that is it for me today. A shorter video given the busy weekend for me. Hope everyone who celebrates it enjoyed their St. Patrick's Day and didn't go too hard on the festivities. If you found value in my content, click that like button and share with others who you think could also benefit from it. For my newcomers, subscribe, it's free. And don't forget to ring the notification bell so that you too can stay in the know. I'll be back on Sunday for my weekly video. Till then, you can keep up with me here on Twitter for crypto and NFT related news. Thank you for watching, stay humble, hustle hard, and I'll see you in the next one.